Meliodas. Meliodas is the dragon sin of wrath and the captain of the seven deadly sins. Despite looking like a cheerful young boy, he is actually more than 3,000 years old and is the eldest son of the Demon King. Long before the events of the series, Meliodas abandoned the Demon Clan after falling in love with Elizabeth, a member of the Goddess Clan. His betrayal ended one of the Demon Clan's greatest military strengths and completely changed the balance of the Holy War. His sacred treasure is longtime, a short sword that allows him to create physical clones of himself. Meliodas is best known for his signature ability, Full Counter, which reflects magical attacks back at opponents with even greater power. Throughout the story, he unlocks stronger forms such as Assault Mode, where he regains much of his original demonic strength, and eventually his true magic form after surpassing the Demon King's power. Although he usually behaves playfully, his immense power and centuries of experience make him one of the strongest beings in the world. Meliodas received the sin of wrath after being falsely blamed for destroying the kingdom of Danafor. In reality, his overwhelming demonic power lost control during a tragic incident involving Liz, one of Elizabeth's previous reincarnations. This event became one of the greatest regrets of his life and shaped his determination to protect those he loves. His journey throughout the series revolves around breaking the curse placed upon himself and Elizabeth while protecting Britannia from both the Demon King and chaos. Diane. Diane is the serpent sin of envy and the only giant among the seven deadly sins. Standing several meters tall, she possesses incredible physical strength, even without using magic. She comes from the Giant Clan, where warriors are expected to become stronger through battle. However, Diane always dreamed of living peacefully rather than spending her life fighting endless wars. Her sacred treasure is Gideon, an enormous war hammer that dramatically increases the power of her magic. Diane specializes in creation magic, allowing her to manipulate earth, stone, and minerals on a massive scale. She can raise mountains, create giant weapons from rock, trigger earthquakes, and reshape entire battlefields. Later in the story, she also learns Droll's Dance, an ancient giant technique that continuously increases her magical power the longer she dances. Diane became the sin of envy after being falsely accused of murdering more than 300 holy knights. Although innocent, the incident forced her to become a fugitive alongside the other sins. Throughout the series, Diane struggles with her feelings of insecurity because of her giant appearance, especially compared to humans. Her growing relationship with King becomes one of the emotional highlights of the story, as both characters slowly overcome their fears and accept themselves. Ban. Ban is the fox sin of greed and is widely known as the Undead Ban. Before joining the seven deadly sins, he was a notorious thief who survived by stealing from the rich and corrupt. His life changed forever when he met Elaine, the guardian of the Fountain of Youth. After Elaine sacrificed herself to save him, Ban drank the fountain's water and became immortal. Ban's sacred treasure is Courage House, a magical three-section staff that complements his fast and unpredictable fighting style. His signature ability, Snatch, allows him to steal physical strength, speed, and even objects directly from opponents during battle. As a result, weaker enemies become completely helpless while Ban grows even stronger. Because of his immortality, Ban can survive injuries that would instantly kill anyone else. Ban received the sin of greed after being falsely blamed for destroying the Fairy King's forest and stealing the Fountain of Youth. Although he did become immortal, the true destruction was caused by a powerful demon. Later in the story, Ban willingly gives up his immortality to save Elaine, proving that despite his reputation as a selfish thief, he values the lives of others far more than his own. His journey through purgatory to rescue Meliodas further establishes him as one of the strongest and most loyal members of the seven deadly sins. King. King is the grisly sin of sloth and the current Fairy King, ruling over the Fairy Clan. His real name is Harlequin, but almost everyone simply calls him King. Long before the main story, he abandoned his duties after losing his memory while searching for his missing friend Helbram. During that time, many fairies were killed, and King blamed himself for failing to protect his people. This guilt stayed with him for centuries and shaped much of his personality. King's sacred treasure is Chastifol, a mystical spirit spear crafted from the sacred tree of the fairy realm. Unlike ordinary weapons, Chastifol floats through the air and can transform into multiple forms, each designed for a different purpose. It can become a massive spear for long-range attacks, a giant teddy bear-like guardian for defense, razor-sharp blades, powerful pollen attacks, or healing flowers. Because King rarely fights with his own physical strength, he controls Chastifol entirely through magic, making him one of the most versatile fighters in the series. King earned the sin of sloth after being falsely accused of allowing hundreds of innocent people to be killed. Although he believed he had failed because of his lost memories, the truth was far more complicated. Throughout the series, King grows from an uncertain leader into a true fairy king. During the Holy War, he finally awakens his fully matured fairy wings, greatly increasing both his magical power and the strength of every form of Chastifol. His relationship with Diane also becomes one of the emotional pillars of the story, showing how both characters overcome their insecurities together. Gowther. Gowther is the goat sin of lust, and is unlike any other member of the 7 deadly sins because he is not human. He is a magical doll created thousands of years ago by the original Gowther, a powerful demon clan sorcerer known as the Selflessness Commandment. The doll was designed to resemble the sorcerer's lost lover and was given independent thoughts, emotions, and free will. However, because Gowther struggles to understand human emotions, he often behaves in ways that seem cold or insensitive. His sacred treasure is Herit, a pair of magical twin bows that greatly amplify his abilities. Gowther specializes in invasion, an extremely rare form of magic that allows him to enter, manipulate, erase, or restore memories. He can influence emotions, create powerful mental illusions, and even temporarily rewrite a person's perception of reality. His abilities make him one of the most dangerous support fighters in the series because he can defeat opponents without relying on physical strength. Gowther became the sin of lust after being blamed for murdering Nadia, the Princess of Lyoness. In reality, he desperately tried to save her life by magically stopping her pain, but his actions were misunderstood by everyone around him. Throughout the story, Gowther slowly learns empathy, friendship, and the true meaning of emotions. His journey from an emotionless doll to someone capable of genuine love and sorrow is one of the most unique character arcs in the 7 deadly sins. Merlin. Merlin is the boar sin of gluttony and is widely regarded as the greatest mage in Britannia. She was born in the hidden capital of Belialuin, a kingdom famous for producing the world's most gifted magicians. From childhood, Merlin possessed extraordinary intelligence and an endless desire for knowledge. Her obsession with learning eventually attracted the attention of both the supreme deity and the demon king, who each attempted to recruit her by offering incredible gifts. Instead of choosing either side, Merlin accepted blessings from both and then deceived them, earning the hatred of the 2 most powerful beings in existence. As punishment, Belialuin was completely destroyed, leaving Merlin as one of its few survivors. Her sacred treasure is Alden, a magical crystal orb that enhances her already incredible magical abilities. Her unique power, Infinity, allows any spell she casts to continue indefinitely until she personally chooses to end it. This makes even simple spells capable of lasting for years or becoming permanently active. Merlin received the sin of gluttony after being falsely blamed for destroying her homeland through overwhelming magical power. While she was not directly responsible for its destruction, her endless hunger for knowledge and magical secrets led many people to associate the tragedy with her. Throughout the series, Merlin serves as the strategist and scholar of the 7 deadly sins, solving problems that no one else can understand. Near the end of the story, her centuries-long plan to revive chaos reveals that her greatest desire has always been to uncover the deepest mysteries of the world, regardless of the consequences. Escanor. Escanor is the lion sin of pride and is considered the strongest human in the 7 deadly sins. During the day, he is a towering warrior whose confidence is unmatched, but at night he becomes a frail, timid man who avoids conflict whenever possible. This dramatic change is caused by his unique power, Sunshine, one of the most powerful magical abilities in the series. Because of this gift, Escanor lived much of his childhood in fear and isolation. His overwhelming strength frightened everyone around him, forcing him to leave his homeland and wander alone for years before eventually joining the 7 deadly sins. His sacred treasure is Rita, a massive divine axe capable of storing the enormous heat produced by sunshine. As the sun rises, Escanor's strength, speed, durability, and magical power increase every minute. At exactly noon, he reaches a state known as the One, where his power peaks for a single minute, making him virtually unbeatable. During this brief period, he can overwhelm even the strongest demons with ease. Later, he unlocks an even greater form called the One Ultimate, in which he burns away his own life force to push Sunshine beyond its natural limits. This final transformation allows him to challenge the Demon King himself, though it comes at the cost of his life. Escanor earned the sin of pride after being falsely accused of burning an entire city and killing countless holy knights. In truth, he was simply unable to control Sunshine's overwhelming power. Although he often speaks with unmatched confidence while empowered by the sun, his nighttime personality reveals a gentle, humble, and deeply lonely man. Throughout the series, Escanor develops profound respect for Meliodas and quietly falls in love with Merlin, though his feelings are never fully returned. His final sacrifice during the battle against the Demon King cements his legacy as one of Britannia's greatest heroes, proving that true pride comes not from power alone, but from choosing to protect others until the very end.